If you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to go out there and build the most expensive NHL team possible by going out there and putting together an entire team of all of the highest paid players currently in the NHL. We just seen Austin Matthews get that big contract extension, and it got me thinking, we got to see what we can put together here. If we look at the Toronto Maple Leafs salary cap, that is the team we'll use, because I thought, you know what, that'll be about the Leafs salary cap by the time they pay all these guys. $207 million, pretty close, might be a little over exaggerated, but $207 million is what is spent on the league's best players if you put them all on one team. And I do have to point it out that EA did not put Austin Matthews' contract in this game yet, understandably so. It happened, what, less than 24 hours ago? So you go out there and add an extra 11 mil to that. So essentially we're talking a $218 million salaried team. You might just be a smidge over the cap there. Nonetheless, you go ahead and surprise, you'll see we have a 99 overall team. Pretty solid. I think that's pretty solid at least. Nonetheless, let's take a peek at this team right here. The way we went about constructing this team is we went from highest salary to lowest salary. If you got a high salary, you get to make the first line, and then if your salary is lower, you're lower on the lines here for the fourth line. That is why you're seeing Crosby clear down there in the fourth line, because he's still on that very, very friendly, what is it, 8.7 mil contract. Meanwhile, you got McDavid getting 12.5, you got Tavares getting 11, you got Matthews getting close to 12.5 or 11.5. Pretty expensive first line, and then you got Taves, Kane. Those boys have been on them contracts for 10 mil a year for, it seems like, forever now. Nylander signed that 9 mil average salary cap hit, but it's 10 mil this year that he's getting paid. That is why he's up there. Then you have Kopitar, you got Eichel, you got Ovechkin on the third line, and then we bring it up again. We got Crosby, we got Ben, and then we got Evgeny Malkin on the fourth line. Still a lot of studs that haven't made this team that haven't quite gotten paid yet. It's going to be crazy seeing the amount of money guys like Rantanen get paid. Then on defense, we have PK Subban, highest paid D-man in the league. We have Brent Burns, Victor Hedman, John Carlson, Shea Weber, and Dustin Byfuglien. And as you can see, there is no Erik Karlsson, but that's because last year of his contract, he's fixing to get paid pretty big here in the offseason, I'm sure. Right now, he's not on the list, though. Then we got Carey Price and Henrik Lundqvist as our goaltenders. Starting this season off, and I feel like we might have a slightly good season. I mean, a 99 overall, they might do all right. I mean, we're 2-2 already. 4-3. Fellas. You know how much money I'm paying you guys? Way more than 7 wins. We would need 200 wins in a season just to get $1 million per game. That's pretty crazy. When you think about it, that's the salary cap, ain't it? $1 million is made per game. 80 mil a year. They're talking 83 mil for the cap next season. That's going to help the Leafs out a lot with these cap problems they're having, because it's going to give them, what, an extra 3 mil in cap space. Is it 79, like 8 right now, or is it about 80 mil for the salary cap? It's somewhere right around there for 2018, 2019. But it's a bunch of rumors of it going up. The whole Vegas stuff, the Seattle stuff. Supposed to help the salary cap out. I understand, I guess, how that works, but I always wonder too, kind of like, well, Vegas needs money too now. I guess they pulled in more than 80 mil a year, which is understandable considering with the Stanley Cup in their first year, and the way they did play was pretty impressive. But the Toronto Maple Leafs are 31-10-1 right now, looking pretty solid on a nice little win streak here in the month of January. A win streak that might not ever end, or it will end. Nope, it's not. It really isn't going to end. We just went the entire month of January without picking up a single loss. The team is getting hot. I think it took a little bit of time to build that chemistry. There's a loss finally. 4 games into the month of February, the team just went on fire. What was that, about 16 games or so in a row? You can't go wrong with a big win streak. An impressive season nonetheless. We're dropping 60, 63, 64 wins. That might have got first place in a division, possibly. Maybe even first place in the league. That's only, what, 130 points or so. A rather impressive season. You would think we are the favorites to go out there and win the Stanley Cup, but you never know. Any given day, a team can go out there and beat you. We're going to play the Montreal Canadiens in the first round without their goalie. We have their goalie. They still managed to make it. Maybe Carey Price was the problem after all. As far as points are concerned, we go out there, we look, McDavid dropped 92, and nobody else dropped a point per game. Wow. I seen that that simulation thing EA put on Instagram or Twitter, whatever it was, where they showed Austin Matthews' production for the next 5 seasons. They showed him having 107, 102 points in multiple seasons. I want to know the sliders they use for that, because I've never seen that simmed in this game where they get a couple different times 100 points out of him. It's always, you know, 92, 85. I know people talk about the sliders all the time, what they use when they start franchises and stuff to get like a realistic point number, because you do get the, especially on them second lines, you get a lot lower point totals, even though you can see a guy like Malkin on the second line drop a point per game, even though he's on the second line. So I don't know. Maybe you guys have to share. Do you guys have a decent slider when it comes to that for getting proper scoring and stuff in franchise mode? But that was kind of came to mind. I was like, wait, how did they get that many points out of Matthews? Regardless, it's realistic to say the least. If he can stay healthy, he's going to put up 100 points a couple times in this, I'm sure, 5-year contract. Toronto, 132 points. Tampa Bay, even with, we didn't take Kucherov or Stamkos, they're still going to be a threat. We took all them good players away, and Kucherov and Stamkos were not one of them. Gosh dang, Kucherov gave a friendly contract. Florida Panthers at 94 out of the Bruins. He just might, maybe his contract, when does his contract start? Maybe that's why he didn't quite make the list as well. I should have looked into that a little bit further. Whoops. Buffalo and Detroit at the end of the division right there. We look at Minnesota at 107, 104 out of the Sharks. Blues dropped 100, so do the Penguins. Even without their 2 best players, I guess they weren't needed. Sure. Arizona, 98 points. They're loving it. They're trying to warm up to Austin Matthews. That's where he's going in 5 years, right, fellas? The Austin Matthews reunion over there in Arizona. The worst team in the league was the Detroit Red Wings. Vancouver. Vegas struggled back there, even without losing any players of us taking them away with their salary restrictions. They couldn't really benefit from it. Buffalo looked like they was hurting without Jack Eichel, though. Let's go ahead and start up the playoffs. I'm just going to take it for granted. We're going to make easy work of the Canadians. We'll sim up the first 4 games, and it is not all but over. We're going to go to game number 5. How nice of us to let that go to game number 5. Now it is all but over. We're going into the second round. Oh, we lost. Where am I counting here? I'm not looking properly. We lost the second game. All right, so it's a 3-2 series. I better pay a little bit more attention. We lost game 6? Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's jump into this. If we get bounced in the first round at this team, this is not going to be pretty. I don't know how this ends well if we lose this one. Let's get period number 1 done. It's 1-0 Toronto. All right, I feel a little bit better. Brent Burns is taking care of business. Doing Brent Burns-like things over there on Freddie Anderson. Oh yeah, Freddie Anderson's a Montreal Canadian. Now that's why they're doing all right, because I had to trade Price for Freddie Anderson. We're going into the third period. This game is still 1-1. I was not expecting the series to be this close. Freddie Anderson does what Freddie Anderson does, though, and he plays lights out. But as of right now, he's going to have to play a little bit more lights out because 1 goal is just way too many goals to be allowing to win games for Montreal, apparently. They know the feeling, I guess. They know the feeling. Power play Toronto, they are going to do nothing with it. Power play Montreal, getting some shots, and that is going to be all they're getting. They're going to give up, is it a shorthanded goal? That should end the game. It looks like it could have been. Jack Eichel, nonetheless. This game looks to be all but over. All right, so Toronto gave us a little bit of a scare in the first round. They took their team to a game number 7. It was a little bit unnecessary, don't you think, Toronto? I paid you guys a little bit more. Okay, I didn't pay you, but it'd be nice to pay you that. If I had the money to dish out 200 mil, that'd be kind of cool. 33-31 in the shots. It was a pretty close game. I didn't expect that. Montreal put up a good fight. Very good out of Montreal. We're going into the second round. I better not sim 2 weeks because we may get beat after seeing that first round performance. We were playing the Fort Lauderdale Panthers in the first round and making easy work of them, up 3-1 in the series. Can we end it in 5? Yes, we can. We're going to go to the conference finals. Our conference finals opponent is going to be the Boston Bruins. What did the Bruins got? That was a very quick sim. That was unnecessarily quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in 5 games once again. It looks like the Montreal Canadiens might have put up the biggest fight out of everybody so far, because we are going to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Anaheim Ducks. We took Corey Perry from them. It doesn't seem to matter because right now we're up 1-0 against the Ducks, and the Ducks made it without it. Game number 2 is also going to be a 3-1 victory. We're going into Anaheim, a tough place to play. Doesn't seem so tough right now. We're going for the 4-game sweep against the Anaheim Ducks. Let's see what we got here. Anaheim couldn't live up to it. Tough team to beat. The Montreal Canadiens almost pulled off the upset in the first round, but besides that, nobody stood a chance. There's nobody that made it past 5 games besides the Montreal Canadiens. What a fight by the Montreal Canadiens. It looks like McDavid dropped 21 points in the postseason. We'll see if we put any awards in. I'd like to think McDavid got us an award. The R. Ross went to Tarasenko. Okay, he didn't. Somebody had more points than McDavid playing with these guys. Oh, that's impressive. The Hart did go to McDavid. Oliver Ekman-Larsson had the Norris Trophy. Tarasenko had the Lady Byng. The Calder Memorial went to Pettersson. Smythe went to Carey Price. Great performance there in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Vezina went to Price. The Jennings went to Carey Price. The Masterdon went to the Kaiser. The Selke, Ryan O'Reilly. He's been playing some astounding defense this year, even with the way the Blues are played. He's doing pretty good back there. Ted Lindsay, Connor McDavid, and then Maurice Richard went to Vladimir Tarasenko. As for this video, though, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see another video like this one, please feel free to share your ideas. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.